Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today we are looking at a very interesting project called Shdw Token, and they have a product called shdwdrive, which is basically a web3 or a decentralized storage service which has a use case such as web hosting, content management. We also have backup as well, social media, even data sets, personal and editable storage space, which is pretty good. So they are basically they are actually listed as a DePIN, which is a pretty big category when it comes to the crypto market, and it also had a pretty good hype. And as you can see, as of now it's actually down, but I think it had one of the biggest hype in 2023, and I think it will most likely have much more hype in 2024. So it is also a storage solution as well. So as you can see, we have internet computer, filecoin and others listed as a storage solution. So this is actually comparing against them, but this one has a pretty good tokenomics. So another thing is that the coin actually took off from November 2003. Before that it actually was not doing that good, as you can see, and it launched in 2022. So let's look at it and see what it offers and if it has any potential or not. So shdwdrive or Shdw token or even a Shdw network is basically built by Genesco or Genesco. I'm not really sure how to pronounce their name, but it is a storage solution built on top of decentralized solution. So this is a decentralized network, and if we look at the estimates of the cloud storage network or cloud storage market by 2030, as you can see, as of now we are around 134 billion, and we are expected to grow up to 472 billion, which is a pretty big. And if you look at this Shdw and if you look at their stats, these are their stats. As you can see, they have around 15,000 as of now storage accounts, and I think their data is actually pretty good, and these are the uploads on the network. As you can see, look at this massive growth. This is pretty wild. I think, and we may even see more as we move ahead. So if we look at the estimates by 2030, and if they are around by then, I think this could be one of the major projects in the crypto market. Of course, we have a lot of web3 storage, but I think this will be probably one of the biggest one in the market, since it has actually seen a biggest growth in its development. So as of now it's in testnet, but I think it's still doing pretty good. As you can see, it is still in testnet, and we'll also go over their roadmap in a while and see what is going on there. So just a second, let me get proper states for them. So just a second. So these are their stats. As you can see, we have over 858 TBs of total storage, and we also have transaction counts. As you can see, we also have RAM available. We also have epoch is basically 1 week. So we what is this? So we also have version. We also have how much Shdw nodes have earned with the testnet. We also have their block execution time and other things going on. So these are the Shdw node versions, which is actually going down or which is actually going up, as you can see, from 106 to 432, which is pretty big growth. So if we look here, these are the map location which are actually shown. So we have pretty good in North America. I think we also have in Africa. Most of them are in Africa, so their uptime could be problematic, but I think it's still pretty good. No, I'm sorry. So these are in the Asia, and we are only one is in Africa. We also have pretty good in, I think, Europe as well. Just a second. So we as for other things, these are their stats, and their stats do look pretty good, and I think that is a good thing for this project, and I think it will most likely grow as it goes up. So as far as the Shdw tokenomics is concerned, there is a bit problem, because they actually have not shared any distribution for their tokens, neither they have any info on how much is the supply on their website, but they do have that info available on CoinGecko. As you can see, we have its supplies around 169 million, out of which we have 160 million in the circulation. So as for its token uh, as for its token utility, it is actually used for rewards. So it actually gives out rewards to the node runners and stakers, and it also has other utilities which it is actually used in the drive on their drive, so which is pretty good, and it is also used for staking, so pretty good. So they also have something called revenue sharing and tokenomics. So basically storage fees are given to the shadow operators, and they are also used for shadow buybacks to actually increase the liquidity for their pool. So this emission pool is actually, I think, is also gives rewards to the holders as well, so that is pretty good for the long term. So they also have a slashing mechanism. They are slashing the crucial mechanism for maintaining fairness and security within the shadow network. Its penalty system for shadow node operators that protects the network against nodes that are failing to perform their role in the network and so basically if there are bad actors or a node that is not actually performing as it should, they have slashing. So penalty for the shadow operator, so over 5% loss of the stake shadow which must be replaced to avoid the removal from the network. So that means if they do not replace their 5% of the token, they will get slashed, and that is a pretty good. So they also have recycling the slash token. So slash shadow tokens are returned to the emission pool. External rewards distribution reduces token velocity, efficient resource utilization, commitment for stability. So they also have a halving, so which is pretty good. So this controls and enhances value. 7 million shadow locked with annual payouts, halving every 2 years to decrease new token entering in the market. So as of now, if you look at the shadow itself, it actually launched way back in around it launched around Jan of 2025, and if we look at the actual circulation of the shadow, I think if we look here, we have a total stake shadow of around 26 million. And if we look at this Solana, if we look at here, this is a Solana scan, so sorry, Sol scan. So if we look here, the biggest holder has around 16% of the total supply. That means I think that is actually that is for staking rewards and something like that. And we also have the second biggest one with 11 million balance, which is pretty high. So if we look here, top holders collectively own around 76 million of the tokens, which is pretty high. And beside that, we have other accounts holding around 92. So I think out of these 76, we have these top two, which I think are for the rewards and vesting, and they do have pretty good mechanism when it comes to their token balancing, and I think it will actually pay out in the long run. So the good thing about this token is that of course they have not given any vesting schedule or anything on their website, but still I think the reason that it could actually do pretty good is because of the sustainable tokenomics for the long run. So as we know that the demand for the drives or the cloud storage is pretty high, so if their service is cheaper, I think it will actually pay out in the long run. So if we look at their activity, these are the activity for the 3 months for the token, and these are the token transfer basically. As you can see, we had pretty good activities around 27th March. So this is when we saw a big listings for their token. So we will actually you can actually check out the news section for that. So this is the DEX trading. So if we look here, we also had a pretty big DEX trading on the 27th. So same thing, it happened because of the listing on the various exchanges. So this is what is the state of their tokenomics. So as far as shdwdrive roadmap is concerned, as you can see here, they have a pretty detailed roadmap. We had phase 1 in Q3 to Q4, and we also have phase 2 in Q1 to Q2 to 2024. We also have a Q2 to Q3. So still they are still estimated to be in the beta in the testnet by 2024, and I think we'll most likely see a mainnet after 2024, even 2025 even it could be in 2026, but still their product is actually working, which is pretty good. So as of now, they have actually completed most of it, and it just they also have some things in a progress from 2023, and the first one is to complete the testing and finalizing implementation of dynamic node membership. They also have complete the Dega key pair management CLI, event client RPC, even remote node metrics and other things. So they have pretty good things planned, but they are a bit behind when it comes to completing their roadmap, I think. And I think that is fair, because they may not have that much manpower to do everything that they have going on. So but still, having a good roadmap is a pretty good sign for any crypto project, and I think that is the same case for this one. So Shadow token actually had a pretty good news. As you can see, the first was is that the Python network actually implemented price feed for them, which is pretty good. And after that, we also have this top 10, as you can see here, top 10 historic coins by market capitalization. Shadow is only around 230 million. Of course, as of now, its market cap is around 234, but this is just a comparison of how it's actually doing. So as you can see, we are it is actually growing. So I think this one is the biggest one on the Solana as of now. We do have Beehive, but that is a bit different, I think. So it's still pretty good, I think, and I think it will most likely grow as it goes up, but it is actually user friendly more than them. So I think this is pretty good for Shadow. Another thing is that Shadow actually had a big listings. So the first one was on the Coinbase. So we also have Neon. I will do cover that coin at some point, but as of now, we had a Shadow on a Coinbase. It also got launched on a crypto.com, pretty good. These are all on the 27th March, which is pretty good. It also got launched on the Coinbase International, as well as Get.io, which is pretty good. So it had a major updates in just two, I think, in past 2 weeks. So I think that is pretty good for Shadow as well. So I think these will most likely, what this means for the Shadow is that the development has actually taken off, and I think this will impact the Shadow price in the long run. They also have pretty good ecosystem. So their first project is a Shadow storage. As we discussed, this is their flagship product, and this is what the utility of the coin actually revolves around. So after that, we also have Phoenix app developed by a Blacks Out team. It is basically a storage app that secures your memories. We also have Spilling, a Web3 social platform, pretty good. We also have Fire3, so it is create your own Solana app with the collection, storage, and analytics with this protocol. It is storage. Their storage is actually by the shdwdrive, pretty good. They also have something called Blockpal. It is a cooperative gaming communities, which is pretty good. They also have block.host web hosting. So I think they are also utilizing shdwdrive, which is pretty good. They also have Coach Coin Clicker, and they also have Alpha Batum Shadow UI, even Rush CLI for shdwdrive. So they have a pretty good ecosystem, and it's growing. So most of this ecosystem is actually revolving around their shdwdrive, which is their flagship product, and I think that is a pretty good, and I think it could actually do well in the future. So let's look at its price prediction and price analysis. So I'm not actually using today TradingView, because this coin was not listed on any exchange before that. So I'm using this one to see, to actually check from its launch. As you can see, this is this price action is on the DEX, so that is actually I'm using. So in terms of its availability, it's available on not that many exchanges. As you can see, it's available on Coinbase, crypto.com. After that, we have just a second, we have Get.io and Crypto and CoinX. So the biggest volume it has, I think it's on just a second. So the biggest volume it has is on actually Jupiter. Jupiter is the DEX on the Solana. So let's just look at its token, or sorry, coin, its price and its market cap. As you can see, the price was around $2.2, and its market cap was merely at 52 million. And as you can see, due to increase in supply, the price actually took a lot of tank. So the price tanked a lot, as you can see. So but right at this point it had a big demand, and as you can see here, the increase in market cap actually pumped the price. So as of now, most of its supply is in the circulation, which is pretty good. So I think we don't have to worry about increase in the supply that much that will impact the price. As of now, it's going down. It's obvious because the buyers here are actually taking profit, and I think we'll most likely see it go down even low. So if you are interested in this coin, where do you buy? So I think the best entry point is at this point. So I think we have a pretty good demand zone around this point. Just a second. The reason being is that, as you can see, these volume are pretty high, and I think these volume actually matter. So I think we will have actually a pretty good entry around at this box. So we have 85 cent to 62 cent is a pretty good entry point for this coin, and I think we'll most likely see we will most likely see a bounce back for it. But as of now, I think it will most likely go down. And we also have another entry around here. So I think if this one does not hold here, I think we also have pretty good entry around 31 to 27 cent. Of course, its market cap is too big as of now. If you look here, we actually went from 16 million to over 227, or we peaked around 300. Just a second, we peaked around, I think we actually hit 350 million, I think, which was pretty high. So I think we'll most likely see a correction, and I think the best entry would be around 50 million, which if we look at the price, it will be most likely around, just a second. So at 50 million, we will the price will be most likely around 50 cents. So I think if we are able to enter at these points and DCA in as we go, the coin could actually pay off in the long run. But as of now, it has actually gone up so much, and I don't think it has any news coming up soon. So this actually went up because of the listing. So on the March 27th, we had a listing on Coinbase, Crypto.com, or even Get.io. So it went actually from $1.37 to the as high as 2.57, and I think this as of now we are coming down, and these actually buyers from there are taking profit, and I think the best entry is around 15 cent. That is the best entry, and that is the last entry I think you can get, and which could also work out. Even we can also enter around 10 cent as well, which is pretty good as well. So I think entering as of now in this coin is not a good idea, but still it actually is bouncing back since going down. I think it could actually go up slightly higher, and we could see sellers actually coming in again. So this was it. Of course, this volume is on the Orca, so we have not actually looked at the Jupiter or even other. So let's just try to see if we have Jupiter here, and if the Jupiter is the same as this one, I think we will most likely see a pretty good rise. But I don't think we have a Jupiter here. Just a second. So I don't think we have a Jupiter on the DEX tool. So still, I think these are the entry points which I would be willing to enter, but as of now it seems risky play. But in the long run, I think because it's a deepen and it's in the cloud storage, and as we discussed earlier, that the cloud storage is actually growing rapidly, and it is expected to grow over 472 billion. I think even if it gets around 1 billion market share of 472 billion, I think the coin will be trading above $4 or even $5. So this was it. I hope you liked the video. I will be back with more. Thanks for watching.